initial, immediate, like, repulsion. So there's that, and I'm going to have to think about it. But what I will tell you logically is that people who have done much worse than that are saved by the blood of Christ. So
Amen.
I gotta think on that. But I think the part that I am battling with there is part of the human, like, you know. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Totally understandable.
Yeah, there's been lots of different. I mean, well, here's the reason we're talking about this stuff is because how you present this, and even in your case here, we weren't able, partly because John already let the cat out of the bag, maybe intentionally and not intentionally, whatever. Part of what we're doing here when we were asking you is because we had a disagreement about how certain Christians would react. Now, depending on how you frame it, I think that you can get Christians to react differently. For example, if you were just in the audience, or maybe on stage and you were muted doing dishes, and you just told the story to somebody and that was it, you might have a very different reaction compared to, you know, a crying John Lee who is saying, you know, this has been weighing heavily on my soul, and look, I think that God is calling me to repent, and I know that God forgives, you know, and framing it in this like frame of like Christians ought to forgive. Christianity is about forgiveness. That's a very different reaction, Steph.
Well, there's like Ted Haggard, when you said that, it kind of reminded me about that. It wasn't that, right? Now, the thing is, fortunately, Steph, there's been several Christians that have been informed, whether I was there or whether I was not there. And it seems to me that there is a sort of like a shock and even a revulsion, but ultimately, I think Christians understand the concept of forgiveness, about who God is, who redeems us. And so in that sense, I've had nothing but positive comments, because that's who God is.
That's not even true. You know Heretic, right, Steph?
Yep.
Heretic was in Discord the other night, and they just happened to, without any sort of context or build-up like I was talking about, they're just in a room together suddenly. And Heretic says, "Hey, John, you should be careful what you say because, you know, these atheists like to cut stuff up and like, you know, make you say things that you never did." And he's like, "What?" And he talks about what we just talked about, right? And then John says, "No, that's true."
Yeah,
and Heretic
he was on camera.
I heard his face look like he just saw a ghost. And he had to leave the room, and he said, "I can't be around you." I condemn that sort of thing. I can't be around.
Yeah, he didn't exactly say that.
He said he had to leave, and he left.
Had to leave, and then he says, "I condemn that," and I said, "I condemn that too," is what I told him. But yeah, I haven't talked to him since. But I've known Heretic for years, maybe 8 years or so. So it was definitely a shock to him, and it's not the first time he's become emotional about certain things. You know, Taylor made fun of a cop that he knew that got killed, and he reacted far more emotional than my situation. So I haven't talked to him yet, but I've had people react that way. Look at what James is tired. Also, you know.
What did James say?
Actually,
he said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it took a while for him to sort of be able to even respond to that. And after maybe, 20 minutes of just silence, the first words he said to me was that. And since then, though, Steph, I've been talking to him a lot. And interesting enough, before that happened, he was claiming that I was not a Christian. But after he was told that, it seems now he accepts me as a Christian. So that's kind of interesting, don't you think, Tom?
My friend.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, I love Christians' reactions because, as Steph pointed out, they're supposed to forgive. So this puts them like this really challenges them. I like it.
What I'm listening to?
It is weird that you said that. You know, the reason you were aroused was to intimidate. So like, I don't know. Like,
No.
I don't know how that works out. Like, were you just sort of like closing your eyes and like, okay, manifest? We're gonna go from 2 to 5 so we can be more intimidating.
You know,
like, what? How does that even happen?
You know, it's interesting. I just know a lot of guys in and out of prison, and this goes on in prison, right? And they'd swear up and down to me, like, dude, it wasn't that I had like an attraction sexually to this guy. It was about like power, and that's what they would say. And I take their word for it in a sense, because they're not like really like just trying to hide some sort of gayness or whatever. And outside, like they weren't outside of prison, they weren't like that. But that's what they told me. And it's kind of now maybe I understand a little bit about that, because no, I'm not attracted to children whatsoever. And I think maybe Steph doesn't know also. You know, I was actually molested by my own mother when I was about 12 years old.
What's happening
And it was a
here?
case
Are you
that
getting
like
coffee
my
or
very
what?
first arousal
Are you getting a beer
was at
mosa?
the hand of my own mother. And so
Are you
yeah,
there?
there's also these things about
Mayor.
people who are, you know, abuse other
Come
people.
back to the
And so about 5 years after that time,
take
I was
control.
drunk, and we were already bullying kids around the
Jesus,
neighborhood.
take the wheel.
And the ones that we bullied already grew up, and so it was this boy that we've been bullying already since he
I'd
was
like to tell you something
even
impossible,
younger.
but we're just listening
That
to
I
John
decided to, while
talk about
everyone
how he
was
was
in
molested by his mother.
the living room, I decided for whatever reason
I don't know where you are. You might be
to
taking
take
a
him
shit,
back
maybe.
there and
Taking a
just
shit.
to bully him. It was about bullying, and yeah, no, I'm not proud of it. It's extremely hurtful.
Did this ever come to like? Did the child ever tell anybody?
I do.
You know what's interesting about
I thought was funny
Steph
to
is
tell you. It's going away.
I've talked to him in his 20s on Facebook and his 30s, and it's hard to imagine that he's about 46 right now. But that's how old he is right now, and I've never talked to him yet about it. The times that we did talk to each other, he never mentioned it. I never mentioned it. I can't imagine him not remembering it. I'm certain he does, and I know I do, but we never mentioned it, even as we talked to each other through the decades.
He was seeking him out to like come clean and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. So what happened, Steph, is somebody reached out to me, and they offered to be a mediator for the situation, and they were kind of busy. They're going to different states or whatever. A professional mediator, right? And that for some reason got sort of the communications kind of stopped. But I'm still looking. I'm still looking to follow up on it. I think it's important. And the thing is, I know her mother. She's my best friend's sister's younger sister or something. I mean, my best friend's mother's younger sister, who actually was going to become a nun because they're Catholic, and then she met a man and had that child. So, interesting enough, it's like, you know, to face like his mother and to tell her what I did to her son.
Wait, the mom knows, but you never talked to the...
No. The mom does not know. Not unless he told his mom, which I doubt. And so I've known her for years. I've known her before she met her husband. I knew her since she was going to become a nun. I knew her when she got married. And I knew her when she had the child. And then you know. And when he became 6 years old, that's what I did. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's amazing the evil that people are capable of, and I definitely fell into that. And there's a lot of evil in the world, and I'm not gonna blame my mother, but like I said, like I think it had a lot to do with it. I think what my mother did to me was evil. She's 91 years old now. I just saw her recently for Christmas. I have forgiven her, but I do remember Steph. I met many years ago. I was in a substance abuse program and practicing the 12 steps, and it was the case that I had the courage, after many years, to go to my mother and tell her how her actions harmed me. And I remember I was so hurt because she says, "What was the big deal?" Right? That was very hurtful, by the way. But I did try. And then recently, it was a very interesting situation to where she's in a nursing home, and I visited her. It was so hard for me to visit her because I did go for her 90th birthday, but not since then. And I went there. She was in bed. I held her hand, and I was laying down there, and it was sort of an interesting resolution because I felt safe, like that she wasn't going to harm me anymore. And we didn't say anything. And I don't know what was in her mind, but I knew what was in my mind. It brought me all the way back 45 years ago when I was a child. And that's probably the first and only time, because once that happened, I remember getting up real quick, going back to my own room. Never went back to her room again. You know, I'd been having bad dreams, repetitive bad dreams that time, and I've been going there, and she would do the same thing. She was in the middle. My dad was to her left, and I was to her right, and she would lean over with her back to my dad and just basically fondle me. The next night it would happen. I had a bad dream. I would run over, same repetitive dream. And the last night, that's when I got aroused. Got something was strangely wrong. I got up out of her bed, ran to my room, never went back to her room. That's when I started smoking weed, right at 12. And when I think about it, started doing some other things, started drinking when I was 14. Before you know it, I'm doing like other stuff like cocaine. And I'm pretty sure it stemmed from that, exactly from that. Because before then, I was more gregarious and more like I used to have parties with birthday parties and all that stuff. So 5 years after that happened, I guess whatever's going on through me, I decided to. And I was a bully too, also, even in my junior high years when I think about it. I think I was just very angry. And then it carried into like misogyny, just other perversions, and I think I've been able to understand like why I was what I was, and the sin, and the harm that it causes, and the hurt, and how bad sin is, and how good God is, and how He's a God of forgiveness and redemption and mercy and love. And so that's where I am today, Steph. You know, I thought it was important for me to bring that 40-year secret out. That's what it's about.
Does your partner know this?
Yes, I did tell her. It took me about 3 or 4 days, and she's good about that because she had a phrase. I had done something with the market, just had to do with avocados, but I went to rectify it, and I went to do it, and she said, "You told on yourself." That's what she said at the time, and she thinks that's a good thing, whatever that phrase means to her. And when I told her about this situation, she said it again, like, "You told on yourself." And I think she thinks that's a good thing. So she was not as shocked as I thought she would be. She seemed very understanding, but because she does know about what my mom did for some reason I was comfortable in talking about that many times over, but I'd never talked about where I was the predator in a sense. But anyway, I did tell her about 3 or 4 days after I told everyone, like Tom and other people, and she was much more understanding than I thought she would be. And she herself, right out of college, she went to Assemblies of God in Vanguard University, and the first job that she had out of there as a psychology major was being in a home for foster children. So she was in a home of I think like 6 foster children, like a halfway home or whatever it was. She was the guardian of sorts, and those kids were just abused and just very hard to deal with. And so she understands that kind of thing, I think, a little bit. And so when I told her that, like, she acted maturely, I think. That's how I would characterize it. And understanding, not condemning like I thought might be possible. And I'm very many people have told me that like I'm committing social social media suicide or something like that. But interesting enough, that didn't happen actually. I'm not banned from any room, interestingly enough. And so I'm grateful for that.
Well, how long has this information been out?
What do you think, Tom? Maybe 2 months? 3 months?
Yeah, it's been a couple months now.
And the first people you told were your Discord atheist friends.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually believe.
Yeah.
Have I told any other Christians? Is that what you're asking?
Well, no, it sounds like you have told those who are in the Discord. Have you talked to your pastor or brothers in the church about this?
No. I probably should. There was this one time.
Yeah, we should exactly.
For a reason. Because he's.
Oh man, I don't know, man. Just back to the original combo.
Right.
Telling y'all, man,
Let's
some
not
of the
get
movies,
off into
Michael
the law,
Crichton
y'all. Let's
joints,
get back.
all those, was it I think Pelican Brief. Is that Michael Crichton or is that Grisham?
That's Grisham.
Grisham. I think the Grisham books are better, but I'm telling you, a lot of the Michael Crichton movies. Isn't Hunt for Red October? What's the one? Is it Hunt for Red October?
Do you remember who his editor was?
That's Tom Clancy. No, I used to know. I forgot. Who was it?
Wasn't it Gallup? The one that recently died?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Because he edited some of Toni Morrison's books. He said, this is what he said. Michael Crichton was one of the worst writers that he ever worked with.
Yeah, he
And
fixed
the
the whole
reason
thing.
why the books ended up as good as he did because he was the editor.
Yeah, he fixed the whole thing. Michael Crichton just became a name at a point. You know, he just became the name at a certain point.
Yes. I'm rearranging my books, and I do have his memoir because it's around here somewhere.
What's the Crimson Tide? Was Crimson Tide a book?
Yeah, so I think that was Tom Clancy.
No, this one's a guy named Richard Henrik. I never read that.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
I never read that, but I'm pretty sure the movie's better than the book because that movie is great.
Well,
that's low key one of my favorite. That's my favorite minor Denzel film. Not the major films. Yeah, that's my favorite minor. Really good one.
Well, yeah, it's a good movie. Don't forget Gene Hackman.
And Gene Hackman, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Now, y'all know which was a better movie than the book was A Time to Kill. That was a much, much better movie.
Oh, I totally agree on that one too. I totally. Yes, that's a good pull.
That might be his best acting gig. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
you know what?
Was that Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Yes, he deserves to die.
Yes, he deserves to die.
Burns in hell.
Oh, you
show was Samuel L. Jackson. Why was I thinking that was Danny Glover? Okay.
No, it's never Danny Glover.
best. That's the best job he ever did.
You know, I think
Tremendous
one of Danny Glover's best roles in the film nobody ever watched was The Sleep with Anger. Is The Sleep with Anger. He's really great in it.
Did that have Julia Roberts and shit?
Danny Glover has some.
No.
Oh, that's Sleeping with the Enemy. I'm sorry.
No, that's Sleeping with the Enemy.
I mean, he was good in The Color Purple. That's all I remember for Danny Glover.
I think he was a more sinister character in The Sleep with Anger than he was in The Color Purple.
Now, if we're back on actors, somebody who I think doesn't get enough credit, and of course he's classically trained, is Ving Rhames. I think he does. He's one of those great support actors that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he's played a range for sure.
Sugar Hill.
Infamous.
Mountain.
Between Holiday Park. Yeah.
He's a mountain man. Do. He's a mountain man. Do. He weighs 6'4". He's kind of wide at the shoulders, narrow at the hip, and everybody knows you don't give no lip to Big Mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm only 6 foot though, but not that giant. But yeah, bro, what's up?
Nothing. I'm about to read some powerful information here and create YouTube videos.
Cool. I'm up here in Wyoming, just up here in the Bighorns, visiting some good buddy and shit. But I'm out smoking some weed in the parking lot, so I'm in the driveway because it's a no-no around here, so you got to be careful. But anyway, did you hear about that fucking Somali fraud, bro? You got to watch that video of that YouTuber.
Yeah,
exposing
Shirley.
all that. What?
Yeah, Nick Shirley, I saw.
Yeah, holy fuck, man.
Yeah, daycares within daycares within daycares within daycares.
What the fuck? That's crazy. And the mainstream media is basically silent about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, pretty wild shit, man. I'm just surprised no one's talking about it on Clubhouse. So.
Well, Elon Musk is saying that 20% of the federal budget is going towards fraud. And we're spending $7 trillion a year, so that's $1.5 trillion a year we're giving to fraud rings.
Yeah, that's not a fucking surprise, dude. Honestly, it's just that it's the tip of the iceberg with this shit. It's really sad.
Well, if Trump doesn't shut it all down and doesn't engage in active warfare against these criminals destroying our country, then he's a coward and he's not using his presidency for good. He's just letting people get away with it.
No, I agree, man. I mean, I think that he's missing the boat on here. I mean, I really think he needs to go after these people. So
he's worried about Russia, Ukraine. How about you send the military into the interior of the country and do mass arrests by the millions?
Exactly.
By the millions.
Worried about fucking Venezuela and shit pissing away our money while we got this fucking shit going on, man. I'm tired of it. And even our dude up there seems to just let it go. So I'm not happy about that, bro. But I'm gonna have to go, man. Just gonna run in town with my buddy, but I'll be back on regularly in about a week. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon, okay? Right? Later, John.
It's just me being facetious about the mass million arrests. We need arrests by the tens of millions, not just the millions. So, just another little joke.
You don't find out until like you're out of school.
They're all out. Don't just assume that going in.
Yeah, you got to.
I mean, yeah, you have to assume that going in. I mean, he was living in the 19th century.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. It's still
Yeah,
good.
it's so good.
Did you know that Poe is credited with the detective murder mystery genre? As it like the early?
Because they're not gonna they're not gonna have the same kind of family as their parents, you know. Also deaf people, because they communicate in a different way. They have a certain connection to other deaf people who are communicating with sign language and perhaps their parents. And even people with certain mental issues form these lateral families. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. Definitely a thing. That it was inspired by God to disclose it in the way that it is.
John, what
I don't.
in the
You
world
don't understand that, but
could that possibly mean? Okay, what benefit would there be to that?
what benefit is there to telling the truth?
No, what benefit is there in confessing an egregious, horrific sin to a group of unbelievers before you tell your pastor? Before you get spiritual guidance from the shepherd over you? I'm not saying you shouldn't have told them.
I think number one, I'd not gone to church in many years before I said that, so there's really no church person to talk to. That might be one reason. It's not like I've been going Ashkenazim, or at least it was when I was younger, and the kind of the dominant non-Ashkenazi groups tend to also avoid mixing in New York, but that's not the case in most places. I just had someone drop into my DMs from where was she from? Panama, and she was the same. She was, I think, Polish and Moroccan.
There is such a vibrant Jewish
Jeff is getting hit up in his DMs by hot spicy pork.
Including, observers.
So full of shit.
Oh yeah, they've got like 30.
He doesn't even know it's a scam.
It's a really
Sucker.
high on my list to go.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's.
He's getting hit up in his DMs by hot fucking Polacks.
Really,
No,
well,
fuck.
fall out of the park.
You didn't know it's a scam?
What's the industry there?
To be. I don't know what they've made their money in, but they've clearly done well. Let me see if AI can tell me.
Did I get kicked? Not yet.
Definitely, that's tortured English. I had to say in commerce, international trade, real estate, banking, finance, tourism, construction, textiles. Typical. That did the information, as I recall.
Right, okay.
Just as much as when I told him I was a Calvinist.
Here's my advice. Here is my, I don't know. John, you need to leave that church. Okay, that church has problems and you need to get out of it. And you need to, we can talk about that. Okay. You need to go to a church that is going to hold you accountable. You need to figure out what your
type of there was nothing there.
To submit yourself to a biblical pastor who is going to pull you out of, you're confessing a sin and you're still living in sexual sin. You're acting like this is behind you and it's not.
I don't actually consider myself living in sexual sin.
Okay, but you are. You are living in sexual sin, right? Okay,
My
this
friend.
is not up for debate. This
Hey,
is
my
what
friend.
it is.
Okay, I've talked to many pastors.
My friend, I just got to remind you, our
and
scheduled
they don't,
our scheduled book
sexual
club
sin
is Thursdays at 10 a.m.
because
CST,
they-
11
every
EST.
single one of
It's
them
not the book club
talk
right
about
now, my
Romans
friend.
13
It's not the
for
book
the
club.
Oh
reason
my,
that-
oh wow, okay.
And I'm about to
every
roast.
single one of them's that,
Maybe not
except
roast,
for you,
but
just let you know. But these are pastors.
I'm the only Christian who's ever told you that living unmarried
so
is
this guy
sexual sin. Is that what you're saying right
John Lee, who does this Christian room, he just admitted that he tried to rape a child when
They
he was
actually
17.
consider me married and stuff. Just to let you know.
now?
Very,
I
very
heard
strange.
That was
Okay.
amazing.
I don't even know what to do with that. Okay. So,
And I'm
so
about
you're
to-
confessing sexual sin,
What?
and
What
by
are you upset
biblical
about?
standards, you
Well,
are still
I'm upset
living
because you
in a
missed,
sexual sin.
Like
You
11
are not
photos
following
in
the
a
biblical
row.
procedure for repentance.
Dude, the whole
And now,
thing,
okay,
the whole
if an
app,
atheist in this room
24/7 is
confessed this to
quotable,
me,
bro.
I would not be telling them the same thing.
This
I
is
am
this
telling
is
you,
this is a
because
black
you
app. I mean,
are
it's like
utilizing the name of
we
Christ,
need.
and you are going saying that you submit yourself to this thing, and you're not.
He was like,
And that's
when
it. That's I am
pinky,
10
needed
times
to
more
be good.
frustrated by that than I am by the atheist to live on.
I was
Right?
really
Because
hoping
you
were
are
writing it
saying
down. He
What
was
room
like,
was
I
it?
understand
Christ's law, and you
I
submit
don't
to
even
it.
know. I
And
don't even know
yet,
what they're talking about. I
you're
just
over
heard
here
this
saying,
man
oh, by
say,
the way, I did
when
this
I
horrible
did my
thing. Isn't
pinky,
that
I
interesting?
needed to
Let's
be
have
good.
conversations about it for 3 months and
And
let's tell
then
other Christians and measure their reaction.
He
You
started
were
all that
excited
gay shit. He said,
when you said, oh,
no,
Steph,
man,
did
we
you hear the
talking about
news?
drugs
And then you
right
told me
now.
one of the most horrific things I've heard in my adult life, right? And you were excited to bring me this news. So you will have to pardon me a little bit if I'm having a strong reaction. You are professing the name of Christ. You are saying you are close to the Lord and that God is telling you to be on this app doing this. You will not submit to a church and you will not remove yourself from sexual
Well, we
sin.
need to put
And
those
those are
into.
enormous problems, John. And I'm not telling you to like side with Tom or the.
All right, hold on. Let me plug some of these into chat into Suno.
I've never done drugs, but somebody did put Molly in my booty hole. I've never done drugs. Another one was when I did my pinky. That's like almost a drop in a techno song. Do, 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 do. When I did my pinky, I needed to be good. Bam, take it down, you know, and then the drop comes in after that.
Okay, I've never done drugs, but someone once put Molly in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. What was the third one?
I think the third one was she said, stop with that gay shit. And he said, we talk about drugs. Which I thought was just like a nice catchphrase on its own. Man, we talking about drugs right now.
Okay, now I'm gonna add in.
There were many others. It's been like 20 minutes, so a lot of them I forgot, but it was like one after the next. There was other good ones too. I forget.
Okay, well, for our 10 o'clock session on Thursday, let's also do music creation using Clown House recordables.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, song is coming up. I've never done drugs, but someone once put Molly in my booty hole.
I mean, the black rooms are just a gold mine. Maybe I'm wrong about myself.
Dude, it's wild how like you just open the app and then you know how it starts playing from the hallway and you hear the craziest shit for just like 2 seconds before you can click away and you're like, how is it that every second is crazy? Hey, John, this is AI. If you can put me in your queue, I would like to comment. Thank you, John.
Even just by biblical standards, you must be reconciled to your brother. So to say to a group of atheists, I feel clean, you haven't even gone to this man and talked to him about this, and you haven't gone to a pastor and talked about this. It shows like a complete misunderstanding.
When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit, we talking about drugs. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold for 10 seconds, 10 out of 11. 10 and 9. Hold, 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 hold. I've never done drugs, but someone wants some money in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit, we talking about drugs. Take the deepest breath of the day. Ho, 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 ho. Hold for 10 seconds, 10 out of 11. 10, 9, 9. I've never done drugs, but someone wants some money in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit, we're talking about tongue and love. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold for 10 seconds, 10 my forehead. 10, 9, 9. I've never done drugs, but someone was money in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit. We talking about drugs. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold for 10 seconds, 10, not 11, 10, not 9. Ho, 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 ho. Let it go, 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 go. I've never done drugs, but someone's put money in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit. We talking about drugs. Take the deepest breath of the I've never done drugs. Someone's put money in my booty hole. When I did my pinky, I like it to be good. Stop with that gay shit. We talking
Not exactly the uplifting, positive music I like to go for, but you know, we're working with it here. We're gonna go back to John and his Christian crisis.
And being a victim. And I respect so much that you.
Yeah, did you hear that?
You can speak about these things with rationality, but there are people who you cannot stand on a podium and confess this to a church full of children who are going through the same thing and women who, like exactly what Jane described, someone who has battled for years in therapy to get past this kind of thing. Do not do that. Like, this is going to a room of people and telling them this, like, you just spit it out for me. You didn't ask if my children were in the room, which they were. You didn't ask if, I wanted to hear the gory details and the word genitals. Like, you just said it, right? And so I have had to be in the position of just sort of suppressing my gag reflex and listening, which is not a position I would wish on anyone else. So you need to go to your pastor, and you should not listen to people on Discord or Clubhouse, Christian or not Christian, who tell you anything beyond, like, what your pastor tells you to do, you need to submit to. And again, not the pastor who says that living in unrepentant sexual sin is marriage.
I guess, first of all, I wasn't trying to upset you, just to let you know.
No, I know. I'm saying it wasn't easy to hear. I'm not saying you're being malicious.
Now, I can't say this, Steph, right? There's a situation, you probably know him, Khalilullah. And there was one time, and the whole thing, there's this one, and I happen to know Smokey Saint from that same messenger, just to let you know. But there's this one time, he used to be on cam all the time. And he's just, he's...
I wonder if any of these people can admit that they have highly addictive personalities.
10, 12 hours a day.
And that they're on here all day long, whether it's live streaming here or live streaming there.
His stepdaughter on his lap. I said, hey guys.
I'm going to tell them this is the exact same drama that they do every single day on this app, and I would like to read some Bible passages and see if he will permit me. Otherwise, and then I'm going to say, well, I'm in the book club.
I do understand what you're talking about.
And
sick to the stomach on that. But I guess what you're saying is
just like this is like
I should be sick to my stomach. Maybe that's what
you're
saying.
What you say.
No, I'm saying you shouldn't announce it to a room full of people.
That's when you comment on my videos.
And tell, it's like, okay,
is this the complaint?
your pastor may say, we're gonna get together all of the men in this
dude,
church.
Dude, yesterday.
Well, you're right, because some of my videos are just the complaint department.
Oh, that's okay.
You're watching this and you're like,
well, that's okay. At least you're making content out of it. You're on the right path. Yesterday there was a roast Monica room that went on for 2 hours, and I live streamed it to multiple Clubhouse accounts, and it was called the Monica Complaint Department. Bro, these black women roasted Monica for 2 hours. It was fucking hilarious. And then finally Monica comes in and she defended herself for like 15 minutes and then quickly squeaked out. Bro, it was funny. It's on all my accounts. Not like you need to go back and listen to it, but it was fucking funny. It was so funny. I couldn't stop listening because it was just a constant fucking roast of Monica. And every black person in the world, probably people didn't even know her, came in to talk shit about Monica. Oh man, it was funny. It's good. It's on my YouTube as well, but I mean, bro, so many of my YouTube accounts are getting terminated and striked.
Sucks. For the last maybe 60 to 90 days, every single morning.
And it's all because I'm recording that politically correct room, and they use so much hate speech and racist terminology that they're literally striking my account for black people being racist against white people.
It feels like healing, getting,
which is crazy.
Spiritually,
but the thing is, YouTube can't. The auto detection can't tell that it's black people talking about white people.
God is responding to you. He is strengthening you. He will make you whole again from whatever hurt there was. So, congratulations. I'm glad to hear you confess that, for sure.
Thank you. Well, I've been saying that, and it's true, even a few hours ago. But I don't know if it has a relation to what you're talking about, Seth. Maybe you expect me to break down right now. I'm not going to make fake tears, right? But I don't know how to say it, Steph, but my conscience is clear.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you went, hey, Steph, have you heard the news?
Hey, you heard the news? He tried to rape a child and his conscience is clear. So, my friend, there's also a guy on this panel called Tom Rabbit who records all of this, puts it on YouTube, and doxes him. And this guy, John Lee, has the craziest videos of him talking about having sex with trannies, doing crack cocaine. And this guy, Tom Rabbit, puts it all on his YouTube channel. It's very funny. And he's got almost 10,000 subscribers. And it's basically like a mockery of, professing Christians who are also like, terrific sinners.
But when you say
It's
something
very
like
funny.
leave the church right now, and
But I
go
would
to
call
this,
this like highly compulsive people, neurotic people. I can't even get a word in. I'll ask to be put in a queue. I'll never be put in a queue. And if I ask to read Bible passages in a Christian room, I get shot down. So it's really more about drama and gossip and mockery than study. And in the book club, my friend, I and you will show the world what professionals can do with their time in terms of intelligence, education, communication.
AG pastor would say it's totally fine for this couple in this church to live in unrepentant sexual sin. This is a massive failing of your church. Massive.
Hey, John, this is AI. If you could put me in your queue, thanks. Sorry to interrupt, Steph.
This is not a couple that just walked in the door and they're unmarried and they're curious about church and they're interested in learning about Christ, and it would be inappropriate to tell that couple that, right? It's you who have an online ministry, and you who say that you've spent 35 years preaching the gospel of Christ to people. That's why a pastor should look at you and go, absolutely not.
Well, as all the people here know, that I've been online for 27 years, and they know that I have confessed to trolling most of the time, almost all of the time, and so I can acknowledge that in an honest way when I think about it. I may not have thought that, but I was trolling stuff. But I just wanted
just real quick, John, on that point that you
wait up, sir. Actually, AI wanted to say something before you, sir. Just to let you know. Maybe you could say something now.
Yeah, John. Listen, the name of this house is Fools for Christ Ministry. So a lot of people who come to Christ, or they come to the good book and the gospel and the information, they got there because of guilt and shame. And, to me, what you're doing is talk therapy by doing this. But there could be a sick, twisted element in your psychology, which is, when you say, I'm a troll, you're not a troll. You are John Lee. You are a man. You're not a troll. Every one of us in this room is a man.
Right now, I don't feel like I'm trolling, sir. But if I'm going to be honest, I can admit that I had trolled.
Yeah, I know you did. But John, my whole point is I like the book club. I don't want to wake up in the morning and hear about how you put your Johnson in front of a child and then hear you, do your, maybe, but this is your therapy moment, okay?
I was not intending to bring that up, by the way.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but this guy, Tom Rabbit, if he's recording this and putting this on his YouTube to mock you, well, then you're going to have to live with that. And I don't think you give an F.
Totally fine with that.
Yeah, I don't think you give it. And now that could be because that could be because you are a fool, and maybe that you maybe psychologically you're not all there, and but my point is, to me, the whole thing is very immature, very childish, and until I hear you read from a book, or I hear anybody on the stage or in this whole stupid app read from a book, I don't think anybody deserves any respect on this stupid app. So that's my opinion. Thank you very little.
Just real quick to add on to it. The only thing that I find a bit confusing is, John, you might not remember me, but I remember you from a couple of years back inside the atheist group, et cetera. And you saying you admit to trolling a lot. What's the punchline of misrepresenting the Bible and getting your ass beat by atheists every day? What's the punchline?
What is the punchline?
Yeah, what's the humor about misrepresenting our faith and then getting slammed by atheists making a mockery of our religion?
think I made many mistakes, if that's what you're wondering.
Trolling is intentional. That's not a mistake, and you've admitted to consistently trolling on a regular basis. So, what's the joke? What's funny about it?
It's not fun.
Like you're out here fucking anything that moves, going into the church, living consistently in that type of life, and then you have the audacity to make a mockery of our religion online consistently, and then say that you're trolling. What's funny about it?
I'm currently not trolling, sir.
Is Steph's kid still able to hear this stream?
No, Bob, you go ahead.
No, I just didn't want him listening to what his mouth was spewing.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you.
Do not try me.
I'll kick your ass from here to
You can go fucking cry and go ahead and get your salvation that way, homie.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me. Suck my dick from the back. Leave me alone.
Oh boy, dick suck from the back, man.
No, XG, but probably talked to him before.
Yeah, XG is the troll of trolls.
Yeah, and you're the sped retard of absolute ingrates.
And you will bust hell wide open if you continue down your path.
But I might want to get back to Steph, guys.
Yes, please do. Yes, Steph is definitely better than him. Go, Steph.
Correct. She has an IQ that's over room temperature.
Honey, you gotta stop. What did you want me? Look, what did you want me to say about this now?
Well, I mean, I don't know, Steph. It's just
El Normo.
I mean, I guess it's odd to you if I say that my conscience is clear. Maybe you think that I'm maybe delusional or maybe even like lying in some way, because as far as you're concerned, you don't see repentance there.
El Normo.
And I think how you described it does.
Welcome, El Normo. We're listening to a Christian named John Lee on here talk about how he tried to rape a child when he was 17, and he's talking to other Christians. But, you know, he gets recorded and put on YouTube, and they mock him, and he's okay with that. So that's what we were listening to. But this is the Raed Khoury Plumbing house. Raed Khoury is a rabid anti-Semite, J-word hater living in, was it Montreal? You may know him as Rabbi, aka Randy McDickerson, a real POS and a disgusting human being that I have recorded for quite a while. You know, everyone is guilty, El Normo, of wasting their time. However, in the noble fight, I think you have transcended the waste of time and have made it a worthwhile mission. So I salute you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. It helps me. By the way, I got aggravated this morning. I don't usually, but it does. I think it keeps my wits sharp and it keeps my repartee rapid, and it helps me clarify what I think, which is what the great critic Harold Bloom said about Shakespeare, specifically about Hamlet, that he figures himself out by talking, and he likens Hamlet's soliloquies, which are so worthwhile, to
chef's
read
kiss.
over and over.
And Randy seems to want to be there also to
Freudian
chase the
therapy,
leftovers.
the analyst hand
Only
the patient lays on the sofa and talks until they figure out what's going on with themselves. It's a pretty effective way of staying in touch with yourself. Try to speak honestly. Try to understand things. Try to listen to people. So there is some weird benefit. Although sometimes I think I'm wasting my time. Sometimes I'll stop and I'll listen to a book for sure. I listened to the entirety of Einat Wilf's book called The War of Return about Palestinianism. She's a genius. I listened to Rise and Kill First by Ronan Bergen, the great Pulitzer-winning reporter for the Times of the United States and the Times of Israel. And it's all about Israel's targeted assassination program. It's amazing. So there's some, I guess, some worthwhile stuff. I'm listening to Jewish History Unpacked.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would prefer that there was no such thing as Jewish history. Um, you know,
Of course.
I think a lot of people are in denial. And if you, man, Eleanor, you have to get on X and debate the worst and biggest anti Semites on that platform because I'm going to send you this article about Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and how psychologists are calling their addiction with Jews sycophant. They're analyzing it and they're trying to understand and label what's happening. But to me, it's political, and all the hate speech is. It's so toxic, just even to the speakers, because it's just showing their lack of knowledge. So I don't know. Do you have any Tanya for us this beautiful morning? Oh, and by the way, my friend here, Zach Ruda, and I, Thursdays, 10 a.m. CST, 11 EST, we are doing the book club here on Clown House, and we will be showing the world what young, intelligent men do with their time, which is exchange high value information, not this ground up dog food that we call social audio hypnosis conversation.
Yeah. That's good. This woman that I know that I talked to recommended a Russian novel called The Blizzard. Apparently is well translated, but I couldn't find a audio version. This is a translation, and I mean I have to make a commitment if I'm going to buy the book or even borrow it. I don't read on Kindle, and maybe I should get a Kindle. I don't know. Do you have a Kindle?
No, but I've got
I
70
still have
70
no
cell
more
phones.
books. What?
I've got 70 cell phones and 3,000 books.
I missed what you're saying. Something 3,000 books. This is to Rise and Kill First by Ronan Bergen, the great you got
Yeah.
What
I said
what
I
did you
have
say?
I said I have 70 cell phones and 3,000 books.
70. I don't know. I now have 2 storage spaces filled with books. I'm paying,
Oh my
and plus
god.
my homes are filled with books. Huh?
I
Good.
can't believe you're paying for storage. That's crazy.
It's crazy, and I need to do something about it. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, that's not. I knew I was dating this girl who lived here in Chicago. She moved back to Germany. She kept a storage locker here for years. I'm like, you're nuts. You are crazy. You're a crazy person. Why in the world would you live in Germany and keep a storage locker full of your shit back in Chicago? It's fucking crazy.
Because she's avoiding letting go of it. She's avoiding confronting it. She doesn't want to separate entirely. It's emotional.
Exactly. Those storage facilities are emotional brain chambers that keep people, it's amazing. You're right. It's all
They're
psychological.
Like they pull you down to the bottom of the ocean and drown you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to keep it current. Yeah, you're right about keeping it in the forefront of my mind. There are even storage areas in different parts of New York City with like 24-hour access, and some of them cost much more than others. It's such a bizarre racket.
Yeah. I like watching those YouTube videos though, where people buy the locker and then they go through all the stuff. Some
Is
people,
there ever anything worthwhile in those things?
yeah, some people they find drug dealers who died, and they find their locker where they kept all their cash and other loot. So they're always hoping to find somebody's hidden treasure who expired before they could properly, secure it in another fashion or utilize it. But a lot of
I mean, what's it called? Storage wars, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
Diamonds.
how many do you have to buy before you get a winner?
Well, if you ever look at a scratch lottery ticket, you have to buy 15 tickets to break even. You have to spend $15 to make $1. That's the odds on the scratch lottery ticket. I would say it's probably similar to that. El Norma, do you know in Hebrew what the word for knowledge is?
Shefkel? No, that's wisdom. What?
Chokhmah, I think, is wisdom, but knowledge is daf.
Oh, like in Tanya-ish?
Yeah, Sephira, the Sephira. Daf, knowledge, is not a Sephira. It is not on the tree of life. That is, there is in reality no such thing. Of this thesis, there are many proofs. The simplest, if not the best, is perhaps as follows. All knowledge may be expressed in the form S equals P, but if so, the idea P is really implicit in S, thus we have learnt nothing. And of course, if not so, the statement is simply false. This is a book I was reading yesterday. It's very interesting. It's about Kabbalah.
What's the book?
It's called Critical Little Essays Towards Truth.
What's up, beautiful people?
What up? What was that on
What
that?
up, Black? Bro, your name is Black. Your PTR is Black. You're living it.
Hello?
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 How are you?
Do you spend a lot on 70 cell phones?
Do you know how much a cell phone is, no normal? $30.
Toffee, a cell phone.
I sent you the link a while back. It's amazing what $30 can get you. Years of entertainment for $30.
Oh, for sure. It depends where you are, right? That's actually
That's a
one
smartphone? I forget now.
Oh, for
Yeah,
spending free
Motorola.
food.
You know why they sell them so cheap is because they think you're going to be on a monthly plan for years and they'll recoup it with your subscription. But I just do the 30 days.
And then what? Then you just discard it, or you just let it stand? You don't use it?
I run it off of Wi-Fi, and I always run it off of Wi-Fi. This is just artistic capture that I'm doing, and I'm going to actually do more of it. I have a pretty big house, and I'm gonna set up more tripods and record more rooms because there are rooms on this app, El Normo, that go 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And for somebody that likes to capture and record, it's great. It's great because there's very little work involved. I can just click a couple buttons and then we'll come back 24 hours later and boom, they're still going. It's like having an AI do all this, but I have real humans doing it instead. Therefore, it's even better. Imagine doing casting and hiring all these people to make a production every day. But here they are. They come here every day. And if you were a filmmaker, this is like having a cast ensemble every single day come to the stage for free. Amir's room is crazy. He does the same thing. That's what I'm saying. These rooms are amazing for like recording, but that guy Chris that I sent you his YouTube, he's getting a much clearer one-to-one press, of the recording. I'm doing cell phone to cell phone. He's recording a screen on a desktop, so he gets the higher quality. but he doesn't know how to market any of it because he's a little autistic.
What is Amir doing?
Right now, I have no idea. But last night, you know, I recorded his room until he shut it down or he kicked me. But when you hear his disgusting voice, you know, that whispering, disgusting terrorist promoting, terrorist supporting piece of shit. Like, I can't stand listening to him. To me, he sounds like, you know, a rat.
Evil incarnate.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
He is.
That is why we should promote him on X and notify Cash Patel to kick his effing door in and drag him out by his dirty little nap of his neck and his hair. So, you know, we can get the credit. I mean, I call this terrorist hunting. I'm ready to get somebody's door kicked in 2026 from this app. I already know who I'd like to do it to. His name is Amir.
What's his name? Fawad Jalani.
That's his legal name?
I believe so, yeah.
Fawad.
No, F-A-W-A-D. I believe Jolani. This is from memory, and I believe it's right. I have information.
And he lives in Northern California, right?
I believe it's L.A.
Oh, he lives in L.A. Ooh.
I believe. But it's all worth checking. Obviously, he's got a car thing, like some kind of car rental thing.
Mm-hmm.
Little business.
Well,
he has a, what do you call it? If you can create an identity, you can join his link tree.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff on there.
I was looking at it. He has 8 supporters that give him monthly recurring payments just for his clubhouse activity.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So he's bringing in, you know, $8 to $80, but the thing is, even recording the things that they say in their room is hate speech. And I just took a YouTube training on what constitutes hate speech. And what you can and cannot film, but it's totally subjective and it's totally up to interpretation on behalf of YouTube. And so they remove a lot of my content and are giving me community strikes, not for things that I'm saying, but the racist, hateful ideology that people on this app are spewing. And also in that Patty's room, that politically correct room. It's not, anyways, I'm just telling you that there's so much racist hate and especially targeting Jews. It is crazy, El Normal. Crazy, because they are saying every Jew. These people are such hypocrites. I can't stand it. And you can't even record them and publish them in a journalistic way to show the world what hate speech is, because YouTube in itself has its own bias. So, you know, Google YouTube is pro-Palestine. They are pro-free Palestine. And so, anyways, Eleanor, I'm just telling you that this is a frustrating fight because of the platforms and because of the content. But, you know.
Amir put stuff on YouTube of Danny describing in detail her giving oral pleasure to her husband. And I'm surprised that they let it stay.
Well, you could keep, Danny would have to fill out the privacy complaint form. There's a privacy, you can just Google search YouTube privacy complaint form, and then you can pull it up, send it to Danny, and they will remove it. 100% they will remove it.
They will?
Yeah, they will. But Danny has to fill out the form.
Why does it have to be Danny?
It doesn't have to be. I'm just saying, like, if they're going to follow up or, like, do name verification, say, oh, okay, this is the person that this person is described. Like, you know, they have to think about it a little bit. I'm just saying it would help if Danny filled it out.
I filed a, what do you call it, like inappropriate material report on it.
Sometimes that's not enough. But the information, like, people on this app have filed the information privacy complaint against my content. Some people just do not care. Many people just do not care. They do not Google search themselves or YouTube search themselves to find out, you know, what recordings of them are on YouTube. Like, if you were to go on YouTube right now and type in El Normo Clubhouse, you'd be like, holy shit.
On YouTube?
Yeah. Holy shit, that's me talking to Mikhail. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I mean, you don't have to worry about it because nobody's ever going to search El Normo Clubhouse, or, you know, it's not even attached to your name. So there's no identification with you. No one will ever, anybody you know will never search it and find it. But it's only specific for Clubhouse users who know your alias.
Well, I mean, people sometimes in the real world figure out that I'm El Normo. Like people at my synagogue figured it out.
Mm.
Because I mean, sometimes I meet people in public and they figure out who I am from hearing my voice, like people from Clubhouse.
But is that because you live in, well, I don't know where you live,
Could be.
but yeah.
Could be. Well, I'm putting in El Normo Clubhouse segment. Is it all from you?
Probably. I don't know anybody else who does what I do. Other than Amir and his few little subscribers. Tom Rabbit.
Okay, Clubhouse debate rhetoric. Trump, El Normo, L. Sampson. That's 11 months ago. John Zachary Kitover. El Normo, Israel versus John. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh my God. It's listed as shorts. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm not even listening to it. I'm remembering the old PTR I had of me as a South Park guy.
Uh-huh.
Why am I laughing? El Normo Clubhouse Comedy versus Soren Furia Iran. I'm going to listen to this one. Hang on. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
It's very hard to believe that anybody on this app that you've ever spoken with was actually ever paid for any of their speech or any of their content. I very much doubt that the government or some nonprofit would have paid anybody to come here to espouse their views. I just don't believe that. There's no way.
This is another El Normo. There's a lot of El Normo. Hang on, I'm going to listen to this one with Furia.
I am Gen X. Kimberly Foster is not Gen X, so I actually grew up listening to Prince.
It's corny.
It is not corny. Okay. Do you know that Prince gave, first of all, aren't they cousins? And he gave him his entire persona. Are you really saying that you didn't like Tricky doing the little dance with the mirror with, him fixing?
Slicing and dicing Mikhail.
Gotta do it.
So there's a lot of stories. The guy, he's now like a rare quantity.
Is he still around, or did he get wiped out in the U.S. strikes? I mean, or is he floating around Europe still? I mean, I haven't heard of him in 6 months.
Still a way to that reality.
El Normo, you know what else I've observed from this app? I never really knew what projection was until this app. and how when people have casual conversations, they project their inner monologue onto the conversation, even if it's not even relevant to the conversation all the time. And whenever I hear somebody do it, I hit the bell and I go, projection alert, projection alert. And many times the projection is completely unexpected, where you're like, whoa, didn't expect that. You know, you think somebody's an outstanding citizen, model father, model husband. Nope. There's some hidden shame everywhere.
A lot of stuff with me was Soren. Good stuff, John. I watched a couple. I appreciate. I don't know why I appreciate it, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, these are little time capsules for the future, you know, when people 30 years from now, some way, somehow, it could be determined to be relevant to future conversations, and people could say, oh, they already talked about all this. We're crazy.
Isn't it weird that like everybody like reacts like so they recoil as if they're touching the third rail from the idea that you do this, and I don't know. I kind of like it. I have to admit, for some reason, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's really, you know, everybody's the critic, and I'm my harshest critic, and I think it's like very crappy. But the truth is, what's so weird is from the lens perspective, and in terms of the dopamine delivery, it's kind of the same thing. However, I just hate that it's like cell phone to cell phone, you know, but I don't know, it is what it is. It's like art, you know, and it's manual labor. None of this is automated, but also none of this is heavy lifting.
Do you know what you could do? Okay, there's somebody else that I know who records, and he recorded some of the great politically correct battles. You know, if you go back 5 years, if you were white, it was open season to just beat you up for being white, just to trash you and shred you. You forget, or if you were straight. Do you remember? I mean, the zeitgeist is reversed itself. It's pivoted dramatically, and he made some podcasts about it, tying them together with voiceover. And his voiceover is witty and educated. And he did a great job. He never published the podcast. I don't know why. Maybe he shrank from it. But he's a really bright and funny guy. And he held enormous rooms once upon a time with like all the famous people. You know, from Brett Weinstein to Eric Weinstein to, you know, Zuckerberg. You know, remember they were all on here going back 5 years.
You know,
I can't believe it's been 5 years.
What's interesting is if you have a lot of money, though, you know, you don't want to have a digital footprint. Actually, you don't want to be targeted for anything.
I know. I'm like, well, you mean those people, or Elon Musk was on here, Snoop Dogg was on here, MC Hammer was here all the time.
Yeah. Well, I have recorded Elon for many, many years under Adrian Dittman, and people always laugh at me. They say, "You're so stupid. Adrian Dittman is a German that lives in Fiji." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so stupid? You're so effing stupid, because I've spent 5 years listening to Elon Musk talk under a fake pen name, and you've spent 30 seconds listening to him, and you saw some YouTube clip of him talking to himself on 2 cell phones." So to me, you know, if you go on YouTube and you type in Adrian Dittman, you will see all my videos of Elon having unrecorded conversations on X under the name Adrian Dittman. And what he's talking about is his business, his life, his philosophy, everything. And it's amazing because he holds court and people listen to him as if he is a god or some type of philosopher king. And it's hilarious because
Does this still happen?
Yeah, he still has a room every single weekend, but now he keeps them on recording. He turns the recorder on. So they're less exclusive, but he also holds private rooms with subscribers only, and those videos would be really hot material. And I've notified the New York Times, Bloomberg. I've notified everybody, and he has blocked me on over 30 X accounts, and he knows me by name and by face because he knows that I'm the person that has secretly been recording him for years. And much to his
Content any good? Is it interesting? Is it quality?
some of it is anti-Semitic, a lot of it is anti-Semitic, and he himself holds anti-Semitic attitude. None of this. I have him on quote saying, "I don't want to hear any of this fucking Jew politics." That's what he says in his German accent. So
Why a German accent?
because he has this like Elon Musk German type of attitude towards.
Oh, you mean South African? It's South African.
But he identifies as German, and he holds these.
Really?
Yeah, and he has done a lot for AfD. He platforms right-wing extremists from Germany on Adrian Dittman. He's extremely politically active. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, he is leading the conservative refugee immigrant invasion movement, and so I'm just saying, El Norma, like, if you're a filmmaker, I'm an amateur, but I'm just saying that my amateur recordings, in fact, I would go as far, this may sound ridiculous, but I will go as far to say that me and that guy, Augustus Palante, who used to run that clubhouse room, what was it called? Preservation of the Human Race.
Money, though,
He got Kennedy almost into the White House, and then Kennedy endorses Trump. So in a way, our little butterfly effect here on Clubhouse, regime changed the government and prevented Kamala and Waltz from getting into the White House because Kennedy brought that extra 5 to 10% to Trump's campaign. So in a way, we here on Clubhouse are extremely influential in terms of getting Trump into the White House. Maybe it's because my perspective is, warped, but I just believe that like our little effort here had a statistically significant, importance for Trump ultimately through Kennedy and our messaging here. We were probably heard by, quite a few people who expanded that message.
So he started it as a joke, and then he sort of went with the joke.
Who?
Musk.
Yeah, because first of all, he can't live stream on Elon Musk with 230 million followers. It would break the servers. It would break X. And when he had his conference call meeting with Donald Trump, prior to the meeting, he's on Adrian Dittman live saying, "All right, boys, I got to go talk to the president. I'll be back." And then he hops on his other phone, gets on with Elon, talks to the president, has a conference call with him, and I record the whole thing. So
wait a second. Elon Musk was on. You recorded him talking to Trump?
Yeah, on Elon Musk. He had a conference call with Trump while Trump was at Mar-a-Lago, and Musk live streamed it on Elon Musk, and it crashed, and he had to restart it. And I was recording him prepping for it under Adrian Dittman. So like I have so much evidence. Everybody says I'm a moron because I say Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk. And he 100% is fucking Elon Musk. And every loser who says I'm a moron just like wants to play the game and say it's some Fijian living in some German Fijian, who sounds like Elon Musk. It's like, don't waste my fucking time. Stupid.
Well, there are a lot of articles that make it clear that he's Elon Musk.
I know. Anyways, the point is my recordings to me are my most exclusive work because it is of the richest man on the fucking planet. I have him on YouTube in unrecorded spaces, and I built out a whole network of Instagram accounts under Adrian Dittman's name and published them there as well. I created YouTube accounts, X accounts, and like Elon like he was freaking out about it because he knew he was being targeted by some guy. And then he's even I have recordings of Elon Musk talking about me, El Normo, saying this fucking John Kitover, he fucking works at the IRS. This fucking John Kitover, the fake Adrian, like I have recordings of him talking about me because I tag him and everything, and then he would bring me up and say, Jesus Christ, these fucking bot accounts by this guy John Kitover is crazy. Like I have to fucking keep blocking this guy. You know, like lots of shit. Like I got into Elon Musk's brain for many months doing what I do. And to me, that's like my biggest accomplishment in terms of my online social activity or activism, you might call it. Because I viewed him as a possible threat or a danger. To me, he's actually not. I mean, to me, he doesn't seem American, and he's really not American. He's a globalist. And there's photos of him with Epstein. There's photos of him with everybody. So, you know, to me, and look, Elon had a huge falling out. Did you see the Joe Rogan interview of him saying why he had a fallout with Trump and why he had a fallout with Johnson and everything else? Not because of Doge, but because he wouldn't keep giving them money. Isn't that crazy? It's always a shakedown. Donations. Keep giving us money. Yeah, he didn't want to get shook down anymore for donations. You know, he's getting a lot of contracts, but still he doesn't feel like he has to keep giving the fucking Republican Party money, you know? So, anyways, I'm just saying my Elon content on YouTube, you know, I know you're never going to search it, but I'm just saying to me that's my most valuable content because I have recordings of everybody. But the Elon stuff is definitely the most interesting because he's the richest fucking guy on the planet. So it's valuable to me. I'm sure he would love to see a lot of it deleted forever because he's very conscious of his branding and he takes a lot of effort and pride in his Adrian Dittman account. He creates content. He has a YouTube channel. He does voiceovers. It's crazy. But this guy who supposedly runs these huge corporations is sitting there doing voiceover videos on YouTube of memes saying, evolution, give me what happens when you know, he's funny. Like he views himself as a content creator. He's funny.
Well, he's got that whole let this sink in.
What was that? You might be in the Matrix. Let this sink in.
He's got that whole let this sink in meme thing when he took over Twitter.
Mm.
Remember he carried a big kitchen sink in and said, let this sink in?
Oh, yeah. He was using Adrian Dittman on X for a long time in concordance with Elon Musk. But when he took over X, anyways, it could go on and on. Like I've been living my life vicariously by listening to Adrian Dittman, but I'm recording it, so it's not really vicarious. It's more of like snooping and content creating him.
Have you ever seen the movie The Conversation?
Yeah. I've seen it a couple times. Very strange movie.
Yeah, that reminds me of what you're doing. All right, I'm gonna look around. I appreciate the conversation. I'm gonna look at some stuff on YouTube.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Yeah. List of the suburban white people can't listen to that.
80s funk, Quinn. You know what, Quinn? I'm calling your ass out. Come up here, Mr.
Yeah, get your ass up here, Quinn.
Well, then what counts is 80s funk? You're right. I guess
He said, before I let you go, can I get a kiss good night, baby?
Quinn, what is 80s funk then?
Let me get in.
70s, wasn't he?
Let me get in on that too. So for like 80s funk, I think it's like right on the 80s. The slave watching you.
That don't count.
Get it?
Why not?
Because that's a 70s sound. They're trying to find an 80s artist who comes of age in the 80s, like in the aura of Prince, what I call suburban funk. That's legit. You doing black stuff, Michael. You doing real stuff. these suburban ladies are trying to find stuff that they like that they sang in their a cappella groups at Swarthmore. Until I get respect.
Not too much on Raspberry Beret too now.
I do have one on Prince. So Lady Cab Driver might be Jive Funk.
I don't think so.
From the 1999 album, Lady Cab Driver.
Yeah.
Like now, it's like a funk, it's a funk.
And it would have been Randolph Macon, not Swarthmore. Thank you very much.
Not too much on that Swarthmore. I love a Swarthmore woman. That's not what you find.
Lady Cab Driver? It doesn't have like that.
I believe that, yeah, but that on the 1999 album, that's a funk. That's like a funk
Wouldn't
sound.
Love's Cry be more funk than Lady Cab Driver?
Nah, if you play it like the bass in there, like this just has Lady Cab Driver, you like listen to the bass, it has like a funk sound to it.
Yeah, when Doves Cry, and I would say that is
When
more
Doves Cry more poppy, yeah, that's
definitely more pop. Yeah, because that's
right.
synthesizer sound. That ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's more pop.
Let me ask y'all a question. When y'all hear, so I know that the one that Michael just gave, Lady Cab Driver from, was it the 1999 album? When y'all hear Prince's music, doesn't it sound hollow to y'all? Like something's missing in it?
No,
He's definitely going for pop, right? Like we're in the MTV age by now, like the music video age. MTV doesn't come until 1984 or whatever. But he's definitely trying to reach broader audiences beyond Black.
Y'all don't hear it sound like, yeah, because this is in 82, I guess, that album. It just sounds like there's something like, if you listen to Funkadelic and then listen to Prince, maybe that's what Kimberly was talking about, maybe that's what I'm talking about. I'm mostly joking, but I mean, I don't like Prince, but I'm joking. I mean, yeah, y'all know what I'm saying, but like, it just sounds like there's just sounds like it's like an open fifth. For those who know music, there's like an open fifth. There's no texture in between. It just sounds empty to me.
Well, you know what? And I think too, because when people talk about Prince, I think you probably would like Prince better if you went to the jam sessions that he did after his concert, when he really lets loose, and then you hear more the kind of music that he really wants to do. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I never been to those.
Yes, because I hear when people used to go to the jam stuff, that's when you really cut out. And so, and I think you're right. I think you're right in a way, in the sense that, yes, he wants to reach a broader audience. But if you listen to those jam sessions, which he always did, I think you might think differently about him. You may not like him anymore. I mean, you might not like him, but yeah. Feel a little bit different.
Prince was like, to me, it seemed like he was heavily influenced by Sly and the Family Stone. It's sort of what he was trying, like a Rick James, Sly and the Family Stone, like amalgamation. I think that's sort of what Prince became. I did want to put, and just real quick, the time, the walk. I don't know if anybody missed the walk, but the walk by the time is also funk in my book.
Yeah, when there's the time, it's still rooted. When it becomes Morris Day in the time is when it gets to be a little poppier, lighter, as Michael would say.
Yeah, the What Time Is It album is a solid album. It's like 7779311. The Walk is on there. Gigolo's Get Lonely Too. That album, but Ice Cream Castles was garbage to me. The album that was associated with Purple Rain, I didn't like that album.
Ice cream castles in the summer. So it sounds like you're a hater to me. That's what it sounds like.
The Walk, yeah, The Walk is there, but it's funk, but it's not funky. Like, I feel like they put on deodorant and lotion and did their hair to Jerry curls when I hear The Walk. When I hear the funk from the 70s, I just smell and see nothing but snappy, nappy dugout.
But they weren't using those heavy bass lines anymore.
The sweat and everything else and all that. But I mean, yeah.
The point of the time is for it to be buttoned up. It is to be sleeker.
Well, they wore suits after all.
That's for sure.
They wore suits, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But see, somebody put, is that PB who put Zap that I had to put, who's P? Is that PB or? I don't know who P is. Who's P? Is that PB, the white lady from France? P-Man. Oh, no, it's Black Man. But yeah, like that. Y'all like that better or the time better? I like that better.
I like Zap better. If I had to pick and choose, it would be Zap.
Yeah, like I was born in Ohio, so I'm definitely Zap all day.
Yeah,
Or Bounce to the Ounce, all of that.
like so for me, I guess I'm more on the polls. Like if I'm gonna do white, I'm gonna listen to Verdi's Nabucco. If I want to listen to white stuff, I'm gonna go listen to Brahms' Alto Rhapsody. Like I'm gonna go real white. You need black people to do white music. Not white people to do white music. If I'm gonna do pop music, if I could fall into the sky.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna go
all
all the way.
popular music, I mean, this is pro-blacker, but all popular music is black music. So.
Oh, Kimberly, no. She went pro-blacker on me.
Oh no.
Kimberly.
What's your defeater now?
I can't. She's torturing me on purpose. She's doing this on purpose. I know what she's doing. I'm not.
The rock, skate, roll, bounce. Was that the 80s?
I mean, no, I think that was in the 70s. I don't like that song.
Right.
Yeah, you roll bounce. Okay.
You know they still play that for the same, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It comes on the radio too. If you have the groove, anybody got the groove on XM radio? It comes on there. Y'all got the groove? Y'all listen to the groove on XM radio?
Tell Me Something Good is more funk, I would say. That's a good one. But is that the 80s?
That Gap album that has You Dropped the Bomb on Me came out in the 80s. What's the name of that album?
That's the Gap Band.
Yeah, it's like a Gap Band. It's like, I think it's like Gap Band 4 or something. It's Gap Band, but I think it's got a number. Like the name of it is like Gap Band 4 or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's the Gap Band album.
Jamaica
It
Funk.
is Gap Band 4. You're exactly right.
That song, Jamaica Funk, yeah.
Yeah, that was Gap Band 4. What else is on that album, Kimberly? Outstanding's not on that album. What else is on that album?
Did y'all say Party Train Drop the Bomb on Me is probably on there? Oh man.
Early in the morning. Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, early in the morning.
Yeah,
Outstanding. Yeah.
Outstanding
is on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good album.
This is a very good album.
It's a very good album. Yeah.
But it's not an 80s album to me. This feels like a belated 70s album.
Yeah, I think it transitions from the 70s to the 80s.
That may be fair. That may be fair. I may be being unfair. That may be fair. Nothing good comes out of Oklahoma, but the Gap Band.
We love the Gap Band.
I'm done speaking.
And Ralph Ellison.
Oh, was Love Train on that one too?
I said good, not great, but yeah, you make a good point.
In the chat.
I mean, yeah, because that album we think Gap 4 is 1982. So I would say that's a transitional thing.
Here's another 80s artist. I'm pretty sure he was 80s. He might have been making, but D-Train is, I think, also 80s, and D-Train was straight funk.
D-Train.
Wait, what's that? What's the year?
D-Train is like gotta be early 80s, but like, I can't think of the title of the song.
It is all 80s. Yeah, you're right. 82.
Yeah, D-Train. Yeah, but D-Train was like
Let me add this to the list. Let me add this on my thing. I'm gonna add this on my Spotify. I mean, I'm singing up for funk. It's not even in my top 5 genres, but I just don't understand what y'all like about Prince.
Because he covers everything. There's there's so many different, Adore is probably how could you not like Adore?
I like Miguel's Adore better. I like Adele. I like Miguel's Adore better than Prince's.
If I Was Your Girlfriend,
Diamonds and Pearls.
Diamonds and Pearls.
I like his early
stuff.
International.
You got a musical taste to like Diamonds and Pearls.
You don't even like International Lover?
I like them. I don't love them.
You're My Love by Kenny Rogers. Come on.
I mean, y'all could at least say sexy motherfucker. Could at least say that.
I did not like when Prince tried to do Tupac. That was probably my least favorite album. It really was. And he was doing the rapping. Remember when he was on Arsenio Hall and he started trying to do the breakdance, and I was like, oh my God. Get Off, I did not like.
So he was also pseudo.
Yeah, I like Get Up. I thought it was. I see that you like the slow stuff more than the fast stuff.
I liked Prince. I liked Prince's earlier stuff because my mom listened to like Average White Boy, Average White Band, Herbie Hancock. So I listened to a lot of that.
Well,
stuff.
Herbie Hancock is black.
Yeah, but my mom listened to Herbie Hancock. She listened to Parliament. She listened to Cameo. She liked.
She likes very good music. That's correct. You people don't. Let me say this about Prince, and this is going to sound a little bit bigoted. So let me get this off, and I apologize. Now I'm going to say something that's bigoted. So let me just say this. He's a weirdo, and not in an interesting way, but in a Jehovah's Witness way. I'm sorry. Jehovah's Witnesses are weirdos, and they don't change. I'm done. I just got to say it. I'm done. I have to leave it there.
But that was part of his appeal. Was that he was
being articulate. Jehovah's Witness weirdos are weird. He was a weirdo and not a good one. I don't want to get into it. Between Prince Articulate and the other Jehovah's Witnesses I've met, they're weirdos.
Well, if you feel that way about Prince, then you feel that way about Michael Jackson.
He's a weirdo.
He was the Jehovah's Witness.
Michael Jackson was found not guilty twice. We're not going to do.
What did you say?
No, that type of weirdo.
Oh, that kind of weirdo.
Okay.
No, not that kind of weirdo.
I mean, I will say.
Yes, the Jacksons were weird. That's a weird family.
No,
the dad is insane. They are insane people. That is a weird
did y'all read
cult.
Jackson Family Values? Now there's a miniseries better than a book, but I did read the book.
Oh, there's a book?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was a book.
Is the book any good or?
It's a memoir. It's based on a memoir.
No, I'm just not
one of the wives.
Really?
That's what it's based off on. No.
Oh.
The miniseries is based off of a memoir from maybe one of Jermaine's.
Jermaine.
Well,
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, quick shout out. Quick shout out to Jermaine's hair. Quick shout out for that.
Yeah. With that horseshoe with
But
the
these are
front.
weird. These are weird people. He was weird. Y'all saw. So let me ask y'all a question. Maybe it's a ladies thing. Y'all will see Prince on TV, like an interview. I watched an interview he gave with Jay Leno the other day, and I watched him do one with I think it was Letterman maybe. Y'all would see Prince on TV like, oh, that's my man right there. That's my boo. That's how y'all like. How did y'all respond to him? Or you was like, oh, he's a musical virtuoso. I love Prince. Like when people say that now, that's what middle-aged people say. That's not what we were saying when we were like 12. Like, oh my God, he mixes up. That's not, like when Prince came on TV with the makeup on, gender bending, high heels, but was still 5'2". He was a sex symbol to y'all?
He was a superstar.
He wasn't a sex symbol to me.
He was a sex symbol. I'm sorry. Those green eyes.
I mean, I said for me, I understand the whole idea culturally that for a lot of people he was a sex symbol. But I refused to buy that album where he was like reading. I refused to buy it. I looked at that album like I'm walking.
I don't think he was a sex symbol. To me, Prince, I related to Prince more than Michael Jackson because he was odd. He was weird. You know, he was...
Well, to be fair, you were reading Poe at 11.
Well, that's true.
In response to her little brother's birth. That was the
Prince
funny
is
part.
definitely the whole idea of Prince is that he was sexy and desirable. That's the centerpiece of Purple Rain, right? Like the Darling Nikki and stuff. Like you want Prince was a bitch. Like that's the whole point.
Wait, are you?
Darling Nikki is a sexy song.
But what about the porn star, Darling Nikki? Are you familiar?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, because that's what I thought. That was.
Yeah, very famous porn star. Well, hold on.
No, but I mean, like the song, like the vibe in the movie, they're having sex. Like what's
No, I know. But I have a question. What will be the age range? Because I think my mom and aunties are too old. What will be the age range of the women who saw him as a sex symbol in real time?
I think
My age go around my age. Women woman, not one woman that I know that doesn't think Prince is a sex symbol. Like in my age range.
That does or doesn't.
He was 57 when he died.
Alright, I'm gonna ask my mom. She's a little older. I'm gonna call my mom. Hold on.
Let's see, he
Yeah, my mom's too old to think he's a sex symbol.
So he would be like 67 now?
Yeah, because Michael died in 2008.
Black women?
He got
y'all talking about white girls?
Michael Jackson made a sex symbol.
Black women in the late 50s think he's a sex symbol. I literally
It's not just black
yeah, like in my age range.
It's white women too. Prince was just very like alluring. Whatever that je ne sais quoi was, like, remember that interview he did with, was that Maria Bartura? I should never say that child's name.
Yep.
No, where the one where he was basically like flirting with her and she looked like she was just about to jump on him and kiss him or something.
I don't think he was flirting with her.
Oh, he was.
Oh, God, they were all over each other down there.
I think he was trolling her ass. That's what I think.
Hold on, but let me ask you a question. Hold on, because y'all confusing me a little bit. So you're telling me, I hate to do this. I normally I don't do this, but usually I do this, but this murder road too soon. What type of black woman? A budding professional black woman, a black woman at HBCU, a black woman in the projects? Like, which black woman? So Kimberly Foster said her mama had a picture of Denzel on the fridge. Name the type of woman. Give me the profile of the black woman in 1984 that had a picture of Prince on the fridge from 18 to 35.
I know I didn't, and I listened to his music.
I had the posters, but I was really young. He was like this super freaky, erotic, exotic type. Like, he sung about the things. He, you know, he made you feel beautiful and romantic and, you know, desired, I guess. But I never saw him that way because I was a little younger. I just thought he was a weird, cool dude in this little.
So Frank, who presumes to be a German man, but is actually somebody else, because that's a big picture. We know who Frank is.
There's something about this picture, Billy.
I am soulful without possessing a soul.
It's giving Weekend at Bernie vibes. And every picture I'm making is making you look deceased. So I gotta just lay off for a little.
It won't be long.
Oh, dude.
Like a week to the side, right?
Yeah. It's really good. Sounds like a good date movie.
No, it looks like he began to fight with the date.
Yeah, no, it's about a married couple and like.
Question about conditioning that you claim, the thing that you claim affected Matt.
So you're testing if it affects me, right?
No, I'm testing your claim to see if you actually think that's true.
If it affects Matt, yes. That's why you answer the way that he answered.
So then it is a special pleading.
Oh my God, bro.
Conditioning.
Look, you literally just did it in front of everybody just now. You were uncomfortable with your position, so you had to say, I'm not talking about your hypothetical Samoa. I want to know the real Samoa. So you're substituting the hypothetical Samoa for the...
What's the claim within the nature argument?
Bro, now you're getting uncomfortable, bro. Come on.
Come on, bro. I'm asking the question.
What is uncomfortable? And I'm trying to offer an answer.
Yeah, well, okay. Can you answer that question too? And my question is, what is the claim in the nurture argument? Go ahead.
Yeah. So my claim. Are you talking about Matt specifically, or are you talking about in general?
Yeah, in general, in the nurture argument, like why is that? Yeah, what is that? What is the nurture argument basically?
Yeah,
give it a variation of the nurture argument. What is the nurture argument?
There you go. So you identify a type of nurturing, not the general sense of the nurturing, right?
You're arguing about nurturing.
Wait, whoa, hold on. Hold on. You just pointed out that I am focusing on a variation or of nurturing argument, not the whole comprehensive nurturing, all right?
In general, you're talking about nurturing.
There you go. Look, man, It's
You
pretty
just said,
clear
you
you
just
don't.
said it. I didn't want to. You just said it.
No, I did not say that.
An argument.
No. I asked you. I said, do you mean Matt, or are you speaking in general? That's what I asked you.
No,
verbatim.
before that, you used the words, I did not want to contend to your nurturing argument.
Hold on. So I said I'm taking a nature position in my hypothetical society. I'm saying all of it's
So it's
biological.
nature.
In
You're
my
not saying
society,
that.
brother.
You didn't say
Alright,
that for Matt.
so- I know I didn't say that for Matt.
That's
I
what
never
we're
said
talking
I said that
about.
for Matt.
Bro, so why you? So I'm going to use your words. Why are you now removing yourself from out of Matt, the specific domain the narrow domain that you say you were in, and why are you taking that scope and now pointing it to you?
Because that's what your question does, Nathan.
No, it doesn't. My
Your
question is about.
Come on, your question.
I'm gonna tell you why. My question was my question was not about nature or biology. My question was in the specific domain of nurture that you attached Matt to.
Oh, okay. Watch this. So now you're saying nurture. If the conditioning of the society that's being described
that's what we were talking about.
Just hold on. So when you said a variation, what I was talking about heteronormity, right, or like heterosexual or homosexual. So this describes the domain right here. This says this society conditions you to prefer this. So this isn't a general nurture thing. This is a specific type of thing. It describes the society in a specific context. Not only does it describe it in a specific context, it's tethered to Matt. And it has its own unique experiences that are different from all the other people that might occupy society. So Moa is not saying that this conditioning works on any other person besides the person, which would be who?
Yeah. And that's my point. You're saying that conditioning works.
With who?
Right now, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to probe.
And that's the misrepresentation.
No. Tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Why you trying to say, hey, I'm only talking about Matt? You're saying like the overall claim is that conditioning works, right? And how you know it works? Wait. And how you know it works is because your example is Matt. I'm challenging. Hey, if that conditioning works, right?
All right. How about this? If it only works with Matt.
So that's within the narrow domain of what you were talking about conditioning. No. Hear me out. That's the narrow domain that you were talking about conditioning having that ability, right? Like you gotta admit, like before you got to Matt, right? It affected Matt. You had to get to that. Hey, it has the ability to affect, right?
Do you hear that? So now you're going down this like reasoning that's outside of the parameters that I've set. Like you're literally trying to make it make sense.
This is the presupposition built into your statement.
All right, so then let's test it. So then you ask, hey, does this conditioning work on anybody else? Samoa says no. Now what do you do?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a presupposition. So you're gonna does this work on anybody else?
No. I'm saying that you
go ahead.
believe that. I'm telling you, this is the presupposition. You believe that society can condition
one person.
No. Listen, we know that you believe that, right? We know that you believe that it affected one person, but the point is that you believe that society can do it. It's just able to do it.
Do you not see how you're oversimplifying like the function? If you look at exactly what the function is, it's described in the argument. This function does this. This does this, and this affects
the function.
Right, so function.
I'm saying that
X
function
affects
has to,
Y.
Listen, I'm saying that you think.
It's not saying it affects Z.
No, I'm saying that you're saying that the function is at least true.
In this one case.
So yes, but I'm saying in order for the case to work, the function would have to be true.
With this one case, is that saying that it works anywhere else?
Is it true or not?
I'm saying that. Yes, that's
I
what I'm trying to
said,
say. In order,
hey, bro, when you
Hear me
usually
out, hear me
say
out, bro.
in this one case, isn't that saying it's true in this
It's
one case?
unnecessary. It's like, why can't you say
it's
yes?
like
That's
in
true.
the one case, it's in the one case, it doesn't.
Hold on.
I'm
If I
trying to
think
get
it's
you to
necessary
understand.
and
Okay,
he
why would
thinks
it be
that it's not
necessary?
necessary, don't you think we should brush over that point?
Okay,
No,
just tell
he's
me why
including
it's
Matt also.
necessary then.
No, he's not, bro.
Yes, he is.
So why is he
why
saying his name?
excluding that?
Because when you say people, you're now
Because I think
excluding.
I think that you need to. You skip. Let me out, bro. You're skipping a step. I'm saying that you're skipping a step. Before you have to get the map, you have to first know that society can do that. And I'm saying that you know that society can do that. That's why you're telling Matt that, hey, your society did that to you. That makes sense?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm challenging right there.
Wait. All right. So first, I have to know the society's conditioning works on Matt, or before Matt's even a part of it, right? So then that would say that the society that I gave was before I heard Matt's response, that it works somewhere else before I get to Matt. I'm saying that that's out of order. Matt's response garnered the explanation. And what I'm saying is it's pretty clear that when you say, and you're purposely untethering him because it's only his response that matters, there's nobody else's. And I'm saying that the reason why you have to do that is to generalize it, which is a misrepresentation from the beginning. I don't understand why you can't see what just happened to you, bro. You're literally like moving.
Can you say? Tell me what I'm saying, right? Instead of please tell me what I'm saying, right? And then tell me what I'm not doing. What am I saying?
All right, you're saying that in order for me to say that Matt was conditioned by society, you have to first presuppose that the conditioning works before you can apply it. Then you're saying,
okay, now, wait. What? Okay, do you believe that?
I guess, yeah, go ahead. Who cares? Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm being like, is that like? Do you actually think that it works that way? Like, that's what I'm asking you.
Well, you don't know. Listen, just to be like straight up with you, you don't know if it's gonna work until it does. So you have an idea.
I'm saying,
that, hey, just
I'm saying.
I'm gonna give you an example.
I'm saying something like this, right? Like, before you pick up your keys and you start driving, you have to have a car, right? You know what I mean? To pick up your keys means that you have a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does the car work?
That doesn't matter right now.
Is your battery dead?
That ability. No, I'm saying that ability has to be there. Like the motivation for you to pick up your keys has to come from something that's true.
Yes, and what I'm saying is
that you have a car, and I'm saying that about your claim.
Yeah, Nate, if we cannot waste time, I'm saying that you can put a commercial
But that's
together.
important. In order, if you understand that, then we can move to the next step. Like, if you don't understand that, you can keep running into your problem right now, where you feel like I'm strawmanning you.
All right, how about this? Can you put a commercial together to get people to vote for you, and it not work? But your intention or your motivation was that it would work?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, if it only worked on one person, like let's say the person's name was Matt, he voted for you, right? Then you would say that the conditioning or the commercial that you put together is in scope. It specifically addressed one person's motive to vote for you, not everybody.
But so then bringing at it, but wait, time out. It's true that it works, right?
On one person, yeah. Yes.
No,
on one person.
No. What I mean that the commercial. It's true that the commercial worked, regardless if it's on one person.
Wait, how do you know it works?
Wait. We know that it's not false. That it don't work. We know that it's true. That it does.
Wait, how do you know?
Because it
how
worked
do you
on
know
one person.
Okay, cool. But because it worked on one person, does it mean it worked on other people too?
No, that means that it works.
Brother, So we both agree that you don't know if it works
Okay, so
until it does.
you believe that? Yes, you believe that works, right?
Yes, and
that a commercial can enforce.
Hold on. Right, and what told us that what I described worked was his answer. When his answer was,
yes, and I'm saying that. Look, you gave an answer, right? You gave an answer. We know that Matt gave an answer, but you gave an answer, and your answer was that this thing works, right? There has been a process.
No, that's backwards.
Listen to more. No, that's just how it works. Look, just like how you said about the thing on that, there had to been some type of process that got you to that being able to work.
All right. So just
what I mean by that is the reason why you quoted it, right, about Matt is because that is true to you.
All right. So Samoa's explanation is the commercial. The proof that Samoa's commercial worked was Matt's answer.
Yeah.
So how would Samoa's commercial be true without Matt's answer?
No, I'm honestly lost. I don't know.
All right. So Samoa has the commercial. Samoa's explanation is the commercial. So vote for Samoa. How do I know that it works without Matt's answer?
Well, what is the point of commercials?
To attempt for an outcome.
That it worked with other people in the past?
No, to attempt to achieve an outcome.
Wait, I'm asking a question. I get that, but I'm asking you a question. Did it work in the past with other people? No, it never did.
Wait, in general? Are we talking about this one? In general or in this situation?
I'm talking about commercials now.
All right, so general. Yeah, commercials have worked in the past in general,
You said that you gave it a commercial, right?
All right, so now that's specific. Okay, so in
Did
this...
you not say, wait, did you not say that you gave him a commercial?
Yeah, but he said it was only the Matt that it...
Okay, calm down.
All right,
can you give me some space to speak at some point?
Yeah, so I'm because I gotta get to this workout mission, but I'm specifically yelling out the word general and specific so you know when we're changing lanes, okay? So when I'm talking about the commercial, you're not even listening, bro. Come on, man. How are we supposed to get past this? I'm supposed to be doing these trap board deadlifts.
Because we know that you tailored a commercial for Matt.
Yes, but I don't know if it works until what?
Until Matt watches it.
Until he answers it, not watches it. He can watch it and not affect him.
Okay, until he whatever he does, until he answers it. Now I'm talking about your prescription. Your prescription was the commercial, right?
Well, yes. Okay, go ahead. No, description.
The thing that you gave him, yes, the thing that the prescription. You gave them a commercial, and you expected an outcome.
All right, so then we'll do that. Prescription. It doesn't matter. Come on.
Okay. Yes, you prescribed commercial to him. My question is to you now. Why commercial?
Because it's a form of communication.
What makes commercial a thing that can do that?
Communication. Trying to communicate a message to somebody to attempt to get to an... Come on, Nathan. You asked me a question.
I thought you gave the answer.
What was the answer?
You said communication.
For what? For what purpose?
I guess the attempt to convince them, right?
Right. To attempt an outcome, yes.
So my thing is that you believe that the communication works, right? To convince.
That it could work. What do you mean? It could work.
Yes,
and it could not work.
Yes, that it can. Okay, that it can work. And that's what I'm challenging.
Wait, you're challenging. So let's use these words since the new words you want to present. So now you're challenging if it works with Matt, does it work with Samoa?
Yes, I'm challenging.
Thank you.
Listen.
Thank you.
You said that. Look, wait. Look.
That was a no in the coffin, bro.
Let me explain. I don't think you understand what just happened, bro. And I'm gonna be fair with you. But let me try to use some other words to explain what I'm trying to say.
and then you tell me what you think. You tell me if we're saying the same thing.
Yes,
right?
you said.
What I'm trying to say is this. Right. What I'm trying to say is this, right? Matt gave you an explanation for his sexuality, right? And you said no. The prescription, right, is culture influencing you and your society, right? And I'm saying that the prescription, culture influencing you, that prescription is not a good prescription because it doesn't fix all attractions, right?
Thank you. So that means you're assuming that. Hold on. Doesn't that mean the reason why you think it's a weak argument is because you think that my argument is that it does fit all attractions?
No, that it affects attractions in general. Then, yeah, that part right there. You think that it?
See, that's the misrepresentation.
No, listen. You think that it works? You think that society
for one attraction. Wait, for one type of attraction.
Matter, but you're not saying no attraction.
I'm not saying all attraction.
Yeah, but you're not saying no attraction though.
I'm saying one attraction.
But you're not saying no attraction. You're saying it works.
With one attraction. And you just
works, right?
Nathan, you just suffocated yourself by bringing in all attractions.
I'm asking. No, but it works, right?
With one attraction, yes. Does that mean that it works with all attractions?
We don't know. We all know that it works.
Wait. When you say we don't know, how do you find out? Don't you just say, hey, does that work with all attractions? No, wait. Isn't the fastest way to do it by saying, hey, Samoa, does it work with all attractions? And then Samoa will either say yes or no, right?
Yeah, because you don't know. You can get specific. Or you can get specific, right?
I'm already in the specific. I'm already saying that this only affects Matt within this type of a conditioning, within this type of attraction. What you want to do is you want to investigate the general property or the general attraction, all attraction. Does it work here?
No, I'm saying the claim. No, I'm telling you, it's the claim, bro.
So what's the claim? All attractions?
No, society can affect attraction.
See, look, you hear that? Attractions. He did it again. He doesn't know how not to do it.
You say the society affected attraction to get to it affected matter.
Right. So if I say society affects attraction 1 specifically, am I saying that it affects attraction 2, 3, 4, and 5? Answer: no. By you putting the S at the end of attraction tells you where you messed up, bro.
Listen, you're saying that it has the ability to affect attraction. That's what I'm talking about. You're not saying that it affects all attraction. No one said that you said that. I know.
Oh, good. Hold on.
But you're saying that it has the ability to affect attractions.
All right, so you're saying that I never said all attractions. So why would you possibly think that it exists in a society with an attraction to a minor? If I never said all attractions. Because that's a different attraction, right? Like adults with gender, sex orientation is different from pedophilia, right?
It's a societal attraction, right? And you were talking about societal attractions, right?
Wait, you just said I wasn't. You just said I was talking about a specific attraction, not all attractions. Can you agree that the attraction between
the
gender...
specific attraction... Yeah, no. So, the specific attraction was societal.
You use the word societal purposely to broaden it out.
Yeah, he's starting to cook you, Nathan.
Yeah, you're using that word purposefully because you don't like the specificity that you've been boxed in.
Bro, come on, bro. Come on. You said that.
Wait.
Hold on. Samoa, did you not say... come on, bro. Did you not say that society affects what you're attracted to?
What Matt? Again, you see that? You keep using these words to get away from Matt. Why do you keep running away from Matt?
Just because you were talking about Matt, and I said, look, yes, you were talking about Matt, right? But I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it because we all know that we're talking about the Matt situation, right? I don't feel the need to be redundant and said too bad when you were talking about Matt.
Wait, hold on. The reason why you have to be specific to Matt is that the assumption that you're making is that the conditioning that I described would also affect me by asking me the question about the minor. You're making that assumption. I'm telling you, I'm not in that society.
Listen, no. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about specific society. The assumption you made was that society conditions you, right? That's the assumption you made, right? And I'm challenging if that's.
I'm not making an assumption.
The assumption is that society can't condition.
No, I'm adding the justification to the question and answer.
So why you believe that society can't condition? You're adding the justification